Namaste, Guruji.
Hey, I am the heaven because you are such a divine soul.
Okay.
Tell me your question, sir.
Now tell me, how you reach from the remote village of Bihar to IIT Kharagpur?
Sir, what happens? My uncle inspired me to take to studies because my father was illiterate, my mother was illiterate. They cannot write even their name, and they were buffalo shepherds and cows and all ordinary rural background. So my uncle was a khalasi in the railway. Khalasi means worker. He was just lifting the machines and all. Because of poverty, he could not study. But he was very talented. He has one of the biggest library. So he was very intelligent man. He read all the philosophers and thinkers. He was voracious reader. But lack of degrees and all, he could not become any good. So he became a khalasi, means worker in railways. But he understand the value of studies. So one day what he did, he put me in his cycle carrier and took me to a neighboring village that was called Kamala near Samastipur district and nearest to the Ujiarpur. And he showed me a man called Mr. Chandrasekhar Singh. He was a civil engineer. I saw cars and all these big dogs and all everything in his house. Then he took me to another village, Salempur, and he showed me the house of IAS officers, Naval Kishore Jha, Nand Kishore Jha. Ultimately, they become my father-in-law. His daughter was my wife, Vandana Jha. So he showed his house. And then he saw so many rich people's house. And he showed, look, this man. And they all were my class friends of my father. But he showed me, see the difference of education. One took to studies, become civil engineer, richest man in the locality. Another took to studies, he become the IS officer. Another went to business, he become Suryanarayan Chaudhary, richest man. And you will be surprised to know, when I become brilliant IITians, all you two offer their daughters to me, you see. My uncle inspired me. He showed me the importance of how a poor man, an ordinary man can become extraordinary man. I was the poorest man, everyone knew. Mr. Chandrasekhar Singh knew I'm a poorest man's son. His class friend, my father, Basish Chaudhary. Mr. N.K. Jha knows that he's the poorest man. That's why he refused to marry his daughter to me. His mother forced to forget about the poor poverty of the family. Look at the man. He's Vivekananda. He's Buddha. He's the most intelligent man. He's a record breaker. That's why I got married. And my uncle inspired me to took to studies. And his greed became more and more. When I started studying hard, he told you become an engineer. He told a doctor engineer. And then once he become record breaker, he told no, you become an IS like that guy. And background was rural. To become an IS officer, you should not be a bookworm. You have to be street smart. What video I put yesterday. You should know the society and system besides knowing some subject. Because you have to deal with the criminals. You have to deal with the law and order situation. That background I didn't have. And you know where he put me? He took me to a MP house and put me in his servant quarter. And there were 10 boys staying in the servant quarter. After 2 days, all bet me and throw me on the street of India Gate. You know, India Gate is there. There is a, earlier it was Rajpath. So he bet me and threw me because somehow I didn't fulfill his criteria. That was the story. He wanted to make me an IS officer. See, first deserve then desire. You also wanted to make your son and daughter great doctors, but you fulfill all the criteria. To become a doctor, you trained them, educated them, give them proper coaching, and supported them so that they can become the best doctors in America and India. My uncle didn't know that. He thought by pushing somehow, somewhere, no. You may be intelligent, you may be a strong record breaker, but to become an IS, you have to be a practical man. You should have a good general knowledge. You should know the society. I qualified. I worked so hard. I crossed through that preliminary and I went to the main. But I flopped because I was swimming in the water, which I've never done. You know, sir? Then I was on the street again with all the best degrees because I didn't continue my studies further. I was only MSc, record breaker from Bihar University. 2 universities record I broke in physics honors. That's why all were humming around me for their daughter's hand giving. Next, I will tell you how you reached it.